Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX and this is a very special election show powered by Statistically Speaking. The Election Commission of India has announced the dates for the Lok Sabha polls. Polling will be held in 7 phases starting from the 19th of April, sealing the fate for 543 seats on the 4th of June. While all the political parties are now set for the biggest battle to cross the halfway mark, at one side there is the BJP slogan of Ab Ki Baar 400 Par, and Prime Minister Modi is on a campaign trail across the nation. The other side, the INDIA, yesterday met for its concluding rally of the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra in Mumbai. Rahul Gandhi concluded his yatra in Mumbai and many of his alliance partners showed up in a show of strength and support. While many alliances are broken because of the seat sharing issues and many have managed to, of course, seal the deal, several leaders have jumped the gun, but it ultimately comes down to what the voters and what the people of India want. We have now gone to Madhya Pradesh to understand what is it that the people of Madhya Pradesh feel about the upcoming elections. I will be taking our viewers in just a moment from now over 5 key statistics that we have found out while we were in Madhya Pradesh to understand what is it that the voter of Madhya Pradesh, which is one of the key states of India, what do they feel about the upcoming elections? We put out, of course, the first question: what is your biggest issue in the Lok Sabha elections? For a majority of people, 42.17% people say it's unemployment, 10.95% people say corruption, 16% people feel it's inflation, and 23% people say that it's development, 6% people feel that it's none of the above. So the majority of the vote has gone to development and unemployment. Let's go across to question number 2, if we can. On what basis will you be casting your vote in the Lok Sabha elections? 28% people say it will be on the basis of the party, 14% people say on the basis of the candidate, 1% people say on the basis of caste, 54% people say that it will be on the basis of the work that has been done. So majority of the people want to vote on the basis of the work that they have seen in the past 5 years. How has Narendra Modi performed as Prime Minister was our third question that we posed. 17% people feel the performance was average, 30% people feel the performance was good, 45% people say that the performance was very good, and 7% people are not able to make up their mind about Narendra Modi as Prime Minister. That was question number 3. Question number 4 that we posed to the people of Madhya Pradesh: how will the Modi factor work in the Lok Sabha polls? Majority of the people, 48% of the people say that the Modi factor will work in the BJP's favor. 23% people feel that once again that the Modi factor may work in the favor. 7% people have an average feeling about the Modi factor working in the Lok Sabha polls. 15% people say that it won't work at all. So the overwhelming majority there feels that the Modi factor will in fact work as far as the Lok Sabha polls are concerned. And question number 5 that we posed, which is of course the biggest question of the day: what do you think, or rather who do you think will form the government in 2024? 69.98% people, overwhelming majority there in Madhya Pradesh, have voted in the favor of the NDA, which is led by the BJP. 21% people say that it will be the INDIA alliance, and 1% people feel that it will be a government with regional alliances in place. Those were the 5 big questions that we posed to the people of Madhya Pradesh. And now, what do these numbers really mean? What do they mean in terms of the state of Madhya Pradesh? We take this conversation forward. I have with me on the broadcast a political analyst joining us, Vineet Goenka. I also have with me Avinash Singh Bundela of the Congress. I have with me Sumit Peer, GVR Shastri, and advocate Manasvi Thapar also with us on the broadcast. Let me begin this conversation with Vineet Goenka. Vineet Goenka, for the past several days, we've been holding these surveys across different states of India. It is quite interesting, Vineet, to see that unemployment continues to be a major issue for people across several states. When we've asked people what is it that you will be voting for, it has almost always been unemployment followed by development. How do you read these numbers?
Ram Ram to you, Ram Ram to all my co-panelists and all the viewers who are watching me right now. If you see the figures of EPFO, Employee Provident Fund, new registration, net of attrition is more than 10 lakhs for the month of December 2023. One gets his membership of EPFO only when he gets a job in the formal economy in an organized sector. Small organizations, MSMEs, one-man show, a small shop may not have the PF facility. So when in a country in 1 month itself, an additional subscription of more than 1 million people is done, it talks volume about this. We have seen in the past 10 years, the number of toilets been built, the roads been built, the airport been built. You would agree, Devika ji, for construction, for infrastructure, you require hands and employment. This cannot be built purely by voice. It requires man and man. So there is employment. Now, this narration, which was to be cried by the opposition, especially by Sakhi hating Rahul Gandhi, failed because people have jobs, people are happy. And if you go to Madhya Pradesh, specifically the today's topic, the way Kamal Nath was defeated and a BJP government came, that speaks volume about that particular part. So I hope this clears the air. There are a lot of jobs in the formal economy. Loans like Mudra helps people to start their own business. Then the ease of doing business, removal of the hurdles is also something which is attracting foreign direct investments and other things. So overall, if you see, I'm really happy. Else, the country would not have bounced to number 5 in the economy. The world economy, we are number 5 right now. We are moving towards number 3 very shortly.
Okay, fair enough. Vineet, I'll come back to you in just a moment. Sumit Peer, let me bring you to the conversation. Sumit, how do you view some of the numbers that I've just read out as far as Madhya Pradesh is concerned? Yes, people still continue to believe that Modi factor will work. People believe that Narendra Modi as Prime Minister has performed really well. But somehow, when we talk about the factors that people will be voting for, unemployment continues to be a big factor.
Devika ji, thank you very much for having me on your show. Well, you see, the Modi magic works across the country. Modi factor works across all the constituencies. So there is no doubt about it. Whichever state you will go, you will have one constant answer. Yes, Modi factor works. Let there be no doubt. All our constituencies, it works. That's the most important thing, because the honesty of the Prime Minister, the dedication of the Prime Minister, the hard work, last 23 years he has not taken a chutti and he has consistently worked for the country. Those things are out in the open. Now, it's not even his approval rating in India, it's his approval rating globally. And in a US survey, when his approval rating is more than Joe Biden, it talks a lot. When Americans are seeing he's a better leader than Joe Biden. When in Europe, they see he's a better leader than the European leaders. So Modi factor works. That's point number 1. Point number 2 is, Devika ji, we have been trying to debate this again and again. The problem is the opposition is trying to set a benchmark. Naukri means a government job. Naukri means a job with employment letter, PF number and AESI number. Well, practically it is not possible everybody to be employed in this country. Government employees, police, administration, army, all put together is not more than 3.54% of the people. So 96.5% of the people are doing something else which is not a government job. But if I go and set the expectations of the people vis-a-vis a government job, then there will say, bhai, employment chahiye. What is employment? In economics, the employment is defined as opportunity to earn or rozgar ke avsar. So today I am not employed anywhere, but I am earning, I'm paying my taxes. How do I run my house? So I'm not employed anywhere. I don't have an appointment letter from anybody. A lot of people, millions of people watching this telecast right now will not be employed everywhere. They'll be all running their families, they'll be all paying taxes. So it is not necessary that whenever you have a naukri, you are then employed, you're meaningfully doing anything. Whatever job or any activity in the economically which creates meaningful employment and you're able to generate money out of it, pay your taxes, take care of your family, that is the opportunity to earn. But the notion here is said that sarkari nokri, sarkari nokri, sarkari nokri. The problem here is, since independence, you've been not able to employ more than 3.54% people. So there is no way, no government, BJP, Congress, Republicans, Democrats, you can have a sarkari nokri for 70, 80, 60, 80% of the population. It doesn't happen. Even if you go to America and Europe, the percentage is even much lesser than 3.54%. 3.54. So as long as you're able to create opportunities of, say, a Mudra loan, 25 crore people got Mudra loan. We are talking of this scheme wherein Thela Patri Walas get 1 lakh rupee loan. We are talking of these various schemes, where we are doing $330 billion in infrastructure, which is used to create again jobs. So the job is an opportunity to earn. That the notion which is set in by opposition is unfortunately a sarkari nokri, and that is where the expectations go wrong. They सोच के कि भाई हमें सरकारी नौकरी चाहिए जहां से हमें pension मिले, PF मिले, gratuity मिले, which might not be possible in India, which is not possible in everywhere. But if there is not ample opportunities from 1.8 trillion to 4 trillion, how did the GDP go? From number 11th in the term of UPA, we reached the number 5 going to number 3. And let me remind you, ma'am, when Mr. Chidambaram was reading the budget of interim budget of 2014, he said one thing, I'm quoting him, that is, if the UPA is in power and under our leadership, in next 30 years, teen dashak, in next 30 years, we'll be able to go to 5th largest economy. And under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, it was done in 9 years. I'm quoting Mr. Chidambaram, what he said on the parliament. So if what Mr. Chidambaram believed it would take us 30 years, if that is done in 9 years, so that means something is right. You look at the foreign exchange reserves, you look at the exports, you look at the roads built, you look at the, import-export balance, you look at infant mortality rate, you look at the full production, you look at CPI, you look at CPM, you look at all macroeconomic factors. They're all doing good. So that means there's enough money and circulation in the economy. Yes, a typical sarkari nokri or a nokri with employment letter, PF and ESI, that may not have increased, that cannot increase in any economy unless and until this message goes clear. The opposition will keep on, taking people down the garden path and telling them, Rahul bhaiya aayenge to sabko chithiyan dene ko sabko sarkari nokri mil jayegi. Well, that is not possible. Look at the history of India. For last 75 years, when did it cross 3.54%? Look at the global history. It has never crossed this number. So this notion has to be set clear. This is a game of perceptions and delusions which opposition is playing. And unfortunately, people believe it's Modi who is not possibly giving everybody a sarkari nokri, and Rahul Bhaiya will come and everybody will get a sarkari nokri. So that this is mere politics which they are playing and setting people on the wrong path. Playing with the expectations of the people for a hope that I can get some more votes and meri rajnitik naya paar lag jayegi. But people are realizing, if you look at the macroeconomic factors, if the country is not going, how is your PPP increasing from 6.5 billion to 14 billion? How did your PPP go from 6.5 billion to 14 billion if everything is not happening? That means people have the purchasing power parity, because PPP is measured by the purchase power parity of the common man of the ground, not of the corporates, not of the government. It's not determined by that. Our credit ratings are improving. You're growing at 7.3%. IMF, World Bank, everybody says you're the hope of the world. India is a recession-proof economy. So if Modi has done such a bad work, then it should be a cakewalk for Congress, which unfortunately, if you look at all the surveys, Devgaji, it doesn't look to be that. I mean, that is what all the surveys are saying. All the channels are saying. Somebody can accuse your channel that you are biased to A or B, but is all the media of India biased to A or B? That is not the case. So when you ask them these tough questions, they don't have possible answers. So, but you are setting the expectations of the people wrong. That should be corrected.
Okay, bringing in Manasvi as well into the conversation. Manasvi, quite interestingly, when we asked the people on what basis will they really be casting their vote in the Lok Sabha elections, majority of people in Madhya Pradesh say that it will be on the basis of the work that has been done. As far as work done then is concerned, has the BJP, as per you, done enough to sway the voter of Madhya Pradesh?
Done enough for BJP as an assembly, BJP as an Lok Sabha? So it is a very wide question. But answering on that point, on the relation of the work done, had it been the work would have been done to the top-notch level, Shivraj Chauhan ji would not have been relieved from his duties as a chief minister. That's one point which could be an understanding of the voters. Secondly, Madhya Pradesh, the plank is not work. The plank are two planks from my point of view. One plank is Congress or opposition's lack of narrative, which is a very big plank. Second plank which BJP is standing is on the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's image. It is less of work, but Prime Minister Narendra Modi's image of Hindu Mahan Samrat, that's his image which he's carrying in the northern lands. And Congress is not there at all. Further, if work would have been done, then the bet would have been on work. and not on getting Congress MLAs and MPs in BJP. So BJP narrative voice could be that yes, we are fighting on work, but that is on the ground level, that is not the case. The case is they are welcoming with open arms and hands. जितने कांग्रेसी आ सकते हैं आप आ जाओ, because that's the vote bank which they want to pitch on, they want to depend on, so that their vote, they know that their vote share is intact. The anti-incumbency of Shivraj Chauhan ji is not hurting them anymore because there's a new chief minister, and they have a pro-incumbency factor of Prime Minister Narendra Modi because of his positive points. But if you ask me point blank, is it on work? No. There's so many other things which will not make exact sense that they're fighting on work plan. They're fighting on they're fighting to win an election. Their voice could be that we are fighting on our work, which we have done, but that is not a reality. That's a distant understanding, but that goes well with the voters. Why? Because opposition's voice is not there. Opposition's counter is not there. Opposition's understanding of what Prime Minister Narendra Modi is trying to convey to the voters is not there as an alternative politics which opposition should have been presenting. So this is where the winning factor of multiple shortcomings of opposition is going to help the Prime Minister and Narendra Modi, Prime Minister and BJP to win this election. And I feel Madhya Pradesh is a full house for BJP. Whatever we discuss, but the reality is whoever wins it is the winner. And here the actual winner is Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So he says he has done, he will obviously, in terms of going to people, he will not say that, yes, I am winning because Congress is losing. He will not say that I am winning because Congress MLAs and MPs are coming to my party. Obviously, he'll say people are voting for me because I'm working for people. So the narrative always has to be a positive one. But this is also a story which obviously the winning candidate will never tell it, or it will never be discussed. But the reality is a mix. It's a bag of mixes which is helping the Prime Minister, and whoever wins is a winner. End of the day.
Okay. Sohan Valmiki, Congress MLA from Madhya Pradesh, also joining us on the broadcast. Sohan Valmiki, let me bring you into the conversation there. You've heard what the political analysts have had to say. How does the Congress party then respond to that? The fact that a lot of analysts here alleging that the opposition is perhaps not doing the best job possible to really counter the BJP or the narrative of the BJP.
देखिए, मेरे से बात हुई थी कि मुझे हिंदी में बोलिए तो ठीक रहेगा मेरे लिए।
सोहन जी, पॉलिटिकल एनालिस्ट जो हैं उनका ये कहना है कि जो विपक्ष है वो बीजेपी को काउंटर नहीं कर पा रहा है इफेक्टिवली, तभी भारतीय जनता पार्टी जीतती जा रही है। हमने मध्य प्रदेश में जो सर्वे करा उसमें भी इवन दो डेवलपमेंट और अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट सबसे बड़े इश्यूज थे, पर जब हमने पूछा कि जीतेगा कौन लोकसभा चुनाव में आपके मुताबिक, तो ओवरवेलमिंग मेजॉरिटी थी एनडीए के साथ, आईएनडीआई को कम वोट मिले। आपका इस पे क्या कहना है?
ये देखिए, ये सर्वे का आधार जो आप है अभी चलता होगा, ये आपके जानकारी में आया होगा, बट ये मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं कि जो एक तो मध्य प्रदेश में विधानसभा जब चुनाव हुए थे तो विधानसभा चुनाव में भी काफी जो कांग्रेस ने अपने तरीके से काम किया। ये अलग बात है कि हम लोग को बहुमत नहीं मिल पाया, मगर आज की परिस्थिति में लोकसभा चुनाव में जिस तरीके से भारतीय जनता पार्टी बहुत जोर शोर से आवाज लगा के बोल रही है कि 400 सीट पाएंगे, 400 सीट पाएंगे, ऐसी परिस्थिति देश के अंदर में नहीं है। ये देखिए, जो ये एक माहौल निर्मित किया जा रहा है बीजेपी की तरफ से, और जो एक माहौल निर्मित होता है तो कई जो इस तरीके के भाव में आ जाते हैं, कई लोग चले जाते हैं, स्वार्थवश चले जाते हैं, वो एक अलग विषय है। बट आज आप यदि देखेंगे तो मतदाताओं के बीच में कहीं ना कहीं भारतीय जनता पार्टी की जो क्रेज था, जो एक इमेज बनी हुई थी, वो गिरावट आई है। क्योंकि आज पूरे देश के अंदर में जिस तरीके की महंगाई की हम बात करते हैं या बेरोजगारी की बात करते हैं, नौजवान जो पढ़ा लिखा बेरोजगार है वो आज दर दर भटक रहा है। सवाल इस बात का है कि सिर्फ वो जो नौजवान है पढ़ा लिखा, जो डिप्लोमा लिया, डिग्री लिया, बड़ी शिक्षा प्राप्त किया है, वो ये नहीं कह रहा कि हमें सरकारी नौकरी दे दी जाए। ये जो गलत तरीके से जो पेश करते हैं सरकारी नौकरी के विषय में, मगर जहां यदि निजी क्षेत्र में, प्राइवेट सेक्टर में यदि जगह बनती है तो वो लोग नौकरी करने के लिए तैयार है, बट उनको नौकरी के अवसर प्राप्त हों। और ये एक बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा देश के अंदर में है। आज बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा है कि जिस तरीके से भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो टेरर से काम कर रही है, जिस तरीके से दबाव बना के काम कर रही है, कहीं ना कहीं लोकतंत्र प्रजातंत्र के लिए, हम सबके लिए बड़ा चिंता का विषय है कि आने वाला समय कैसा होगा। और ये आम जनता, आम मतदाता इस बात को बहुत भली बात ही अच्छे तरीके से समझ रहा है। और भारतीय जनता पार्टी को जिस तरीके के जो उनके नारे लग रहे हैं, चाहे वो 370 की बात करें, 400 की बात करें, इस तरीके का मैंडेट नहीं मिलने वाला है। परिणाम बहुत विपरीत आएंगे। ये हम और आपको समय आने पे ये सारी चीजें आपको दिखेंगी।
जी, और मध्य प्रदेश का जहां तक की सवाल है सोहन जी, कांग्रेस पार्टी को क्या लगता है कि मध्य प्रदेश में किस तरह से वोट आएंगे?
मध्य प्रदेश में कांग्रेस पार्टी के पास में खोने का कुछ नहीं है। 29 सीटों में से एक सीट है छिंदवाड़ा की, जहां मैं रहता हूं, मेरा जिला जो है। मगर मैं आपको ये बताना चाहता हूं कि इस बार भारतीय जनता पार्टी जितनी जो उम्मीद लगा रही है, बार बार बोलते हैं कि 29 से 29 सीट आएंगी, 29 सीट नहीं आएंगी। लगभग 12 सीट कांग्रेस की आएगी, बाकी बीजेपी की आएगी। इसी तरीके से आगे देखिए, राजस्थान में भी देख लीजिए, छत्तीसगढ़ में भी देख लीजिए, वहां हमारे पास खोने का कुछ नहीं है। मगर निश्चित रूप से वहां हम कुछ ना कुछ गेन करेंगे।
ओके, एंड एज फार एज उसके अलावा आपको क्यों लगता है सोहन जी कि मध्य प्रदेश में, क्या आपको लगता है कि जो असेंबली का रिजल्ट रहा है वो ही कहीं रिफ्लेक्ट होगा आने वाले समय में भी?
देखिए, असेंबली की परिस्थितियां दूसरी थी, वो एक अलग फैक्टर था। मगर लोकसभा एक अलग फैक्टर है। वो बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो लाडली बहना के नाम से जिस तरीके से सरकारी पैसे को लुटाया गया, या बहुत सारी जो घोषणाएं करी गई, जो लोगों के खाते में पैसा गया, तो एक बहुत बड़ा वोट बैंक उससे प्रभावित हुआ, जिसके चलते भारतीय जनता पार्टी को बहुमत मिला और हम लोगों को नुकसान हुआ। लोकसभा में वो स्थिति नहीं है। लोकसभा में लोग समझ रहे हैं कि यदि हमारे राष्ट्र हित को, यदि हमारे देश को, प्रजातंत्र को, लोकतंत्र को, संविधान को बचाना है, तो निश्चित रूप से कांग्रेस का, इंडिया का साथ देंगे, ये मेरी उम्मीद है।
जी, और सोहन जी, बिफोर वी लेट यू गो, एक और सवाल है। अभी भारत जोड़ो न्याय यात्रा कंक्लूड हुई है महाराष्ट्र में। राहुल गांधी थे, बहुत सारे विपक्ष के नेता भी थे। फिर वहाँ पे राहुल गांधी ने कहा कि ये हमारा जो बैटल है, हमारा जो वार है, वो शक्ति पर है। और अब आज प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा, उस पर टिप्पणी की है साउथ इंडिया में कि शक्ति पर वार कैसे बोल दिया कांग्रेस पार्टी ने। उस पर आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
देखिए, राहुल गांधी जी की बात को हमेशा वो अन्यथा लेते हैं और गलत तरीके से पेश करते हैं जनता के बीच में। अब आपको याद होगा कि मैं आपको ध्यान दिलाता दूं कि राहुल गांधी जी ने एक बार, जब वो उनके मोदी जी के बारे में बोला था कि इस तरफ से आलू डालो, उस तरफ से सोना निकलेगा, तो किस तरीके से सोशल मीडिया में, चाहे वो टीवी चैनलों में या समाचार पत्रों में, गलत तरीके से भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने पेश किया। और आज भी इस शक्ति के बाद में वो गलत तरीका बता रहे हैं, क्योंकि वो हमेशा कहीं ना कहीं धर्म, जाति जो समाज के बीच में आ जाते हैं, वो शक्ति का भी रूप वही देना चाहते हैं। बाकी शक्ति से मतलब ये है कि जो शक्ति आज भारत के अंदर में गलत तरीके की निर्मित हो गई है, बात जिसका नाम है भारतीय जनता पार्टी, उस शक्ति के खिलाफ में हम जनहित में और राहुल गांधी जी काम कर रहे हैं।
ओके, ऑलराइट, सोहन वाल्मीकि जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए। और मध्य प्रदेश में क्या आपको लगता है स्थिति होगी आने वाले समय में, वो भी हमारे दर्शकों के सामने रखने के लिए। लेट मी, इज जीवीआर शास्त्री विद अस ऑन द ब्रॉडकास्ट? Okay, I don't think GVR Shastri has joined us yet. Vineet Goenka, bringing you back. Vineet, somewhere do you feel that certain statements that are made by the Congress party now, no matter what Rahul Gandhi meant in the moment, the fact is that the statement is out and there has been a big reaction to it as well. Do you feel that these sort of statements, and when people say that now this is Hindu-phobic and this is speaking against Hindus, somewhere the Congress party will end up suffering because of certain statements that are being made at a very crucial time, because this is the time that probably will leave a lasting impression on the mind of the voter as well. Talking about the Hindi heartland specifically.
Congress has been time again putting its own core that they are against the Sanatan, be it be, the question of Ram, when they said it is mythology, they did not believe that Ram was ever born. They had given that in an affidavit. And then the way they opposed the Ram Mandir, if you see the way they are trying to divide the Hindu society in caste system, and now this was the height when he insulted a mother, Ma Shakti, and he said that we will fight against that. It immediately, the thing which went into my mind was that whether they are aligned with Mahishasur or so, because only Mahishasur was against Shakti. But even forget that particular part. Let me bring you back to Madhya Pradesh. I would like to tell the audience who are watching us right now, in these 55 districts, more than 333 community centers are there, and this is the place where a very good health infrastructure has come up in the last 15 years, which Shivraj ji had done and the Bharatiya Janata Party has done is more than 1,155 primary health centers. There are aims. And if you talk about Madhya Pradesh, let me give you two more statistics, and that will excite the voters there. That why Bharatiya Janata Party is claiming that it will get 29 out of 29 seats there. One of the thing is, if you see in the entire country, Madhya Pradesh is a place where all type of power generation is being done. So if you go to Rewa, the Rewa Ultra Mega Power Project, that is one where more than 1,500 acres of land is being used to generate solar energy. Nowhere in the country it was done. If you go to some eastern part of Madhya Pradesh, Singrauli, so there is more than 10,000 megawatt being produced by thermal where there is mines, and they also tap the wind energy. Now I have not seen a state where if you go to Malwa, there is more than I think more than 100, 110 windmills which have been generating power there. So it's a state which is generating power. It's a state which there is very self-reliant on the health side. If you say education, you've seen I am Indore, there is IIT, there is National Law University, there are forest colleges. So one state where it is complete, not dependent on other state, a very good growth trajectory the last 2 decades. So I think Bharatiya Janata Party has a cutting edge over any other opponents. And with loss of good leaders from Congress in Madhya Pradesh, they will have a further dent. So last time they had got, if I'm not wrong, somewhere around 2 crore 14 lakhs votes. But this time Bharatiya Janata Party may get more than that particular target.
Absolutely. Vineet, I'll come back to you and the rest of the panelists as well. Avanish Singh Bundela of the Congress also with us on the broadcast. I'll come to you in just a moment, but let's quickly listen in to some of the key issues that people have raised in a live conversation that we've had. Let's quickly listen in to some of this, please.
बीजेपी जीतेगी पक्का है जी गारंटेड बिल्कुल बीजेपी निकल जाएगी भाजपा अगेन बिल्कुल बीजेपी मोदी जी दोबारा उन्होंने काम ही ऐसा किया है जी जहाँ तक देखा जाए अभी सीए भी लागू हो रहा है 370 हटाने का काम और बाकी बहुत सारे ऐसे काम हैं जिसकी वजह से दोबारा मोदी जी आएंगे
बीजेपी आएगी
आ रही है
बिल्कुल आ रही है पक्के में
राहुल गांधी क्यों नहीं
तो राहुल गांधी की जो बातें हैं वो विश्वसनीय नहीं है
चुनाव का संक्रांत हो गया है हमारे विचार में जहाँ तक है कांग्रेस जनता में विश्वास मत खो चुकी है और भारतीय जनता पार्टी आएगी क्योंकि भारतीय जनता पार्टी में नरेंद्र मोदी का विश्वास जगह है बड़ा है और पूरे विश्व में उन्होंने विश्वास जगा है
बीजेपी की सरकार आएगी केंद्र में भी आएगी बीजेपी तो है ही खैर यहाँ पर लेकिन केंद्र में भी मोदी जी ही आएंगे
मामा है आपके यहाँ से उम्मीदवार
हाँ बिल्कुल मामा आएंगे
आ रहे हैं
हाँ बिल्कुल मामा आएंगे कोई शंका वाली बात नहीं है
केंद्र में तो मोदी सरकार आई
आ रही है
हाँ मोदी सरकार उनके 2 काम हमें बहुत पसंद है
चल रही है
एक तो राम मंदिर उनने निर्माण कराया दूसरे सीए ये सीए कानून जो लाए हैं वो बहुत सही अमित शाह जी ने किया है
मोदी सरकार फिर एक बार
आ रही है शिवराज जी कितने जीत रहे हैं
शिवराज जी जीत रहे अच्छे खासी
शिवराज सिंह आएंगे और क्या
आ रहे हैं
हाँ
और केंद्र में
मोदी सरकार बैठे
मोदी सरकार क्या मुद्दे क्या रहने वाले हैं
काम अच्छे कर रहे हैं और क्या
शिवराज सिंह जी जीतेंगे और क्या
जीत रहे हैं
हाँ केंद्र में मोदी सरकार कांग्रेस तो खत्म है
खत्म हो गई
हाँ
क्या वजह क्या है
कोई नेता ही नहीं है उन पे ढंग का
वही शिवराज सिंह जीतेंगे अपने यहाँ से विदिशा में पक्की है वो तो कोई भी खड़ा हो जाए कोई नहीं हरा सकता उन्हें
मोदी आएगा
मामा आ रहे हैं
हाँ मामा आ रहे हैं हमारे और मोदी जी का बहुत बढ़िया जो सेवाएं चल रही जनता के प्रति बहुत शानदार और
सीटें आ रही
सीटें पूरी हैं जिले की अपने वो तो मोदी जी बनना है
मोदी सरकार
100% किन मुद्दों पर होगी बात
सभी हैं साहब देखो राम मंदिर है सबसे बड़ी चीज़ तो जो दिया है वो कोई नहीं 370 है सीए है और बाकी बहुत विकास हो ही रहा मामा भी आ रहा 100% 400 पार हो रही है
मोदी जी आने वाले
मोदी जी
बस सबकी मांग
आपके यहाँ से खड़े
आएंगे शिवराज जी
आ रहे हैं
क्यों नहीं आएंगे
Okay, overwhelming number of people there saying that Narendra Modi will be back to power in 2024, which is consistent with our survey results as well. Avanish Bundela of the Congress, I want to bring you into the conversation. When we talk or when we ask questions about the opposition, one of the people there on the ground said that there is no face per se, that there are no clear leaders of the Congress or any other opposition party as far as Madhya Pradesh is concerned. Is that an issue that the Congress party has now pondered over, or something that they've actually thought about? Because no face is really being put out at the national level, no face is really visible at the state level either as far as Madhya Pradesh is concerned. So how does the Congress party really plan on dealing with this issue?
Devika, first of all, let me say that Madhya Pradesh is a very fertile for a Congress leadership. There are a lot of leadership. We have senior leadership like Digvijay Singh, Kamalnath ji, and youth leader like Rahul Bhaiya, Ajay Singh ji, that Jitu Patwari ji, and this Arun Yadav. A lot of leaders are there. I don't know why you are people are just. I was listening. Lot of people, BJP spokesperson. What is Modi effect? Modi effect is just to tell lie. Modi effect is just to make a fake commitment, because just 2 months back when BJP has defeated election in a Vidhan Sabha to Congress, they make a lot of commitment. What about that commitment? They make commitment with unemployment people. But Shivraj Singh Chauhan has made a commitment with a Kisan, with a Ladli Behna, and with the Adivasi people. But what about that commitment? This all commitment has gone. No one is speaking about that. People are saying Modi ki guarantee, Modi. What is Modi ki guarantee? Modi ki guarantee, I think that's a electoral bond. It's a big scam. I am not saying, who is saying that Supreme Court is saying the electoral bond is the biggest scam in the history, and it's a very dangerous for a democracy. I am not saying that. Who is saying that? Supreme Court. And one more thing, that people who are speaking, Aega Modi, this we know, this all are manufactured. This all are managed survey. You come with me, I will present you 100 of the people who will say that Modi is nowhere in 200 seats also. Just come with me. But that's not an issue, ma'am. But the thing is that elections should be there, politics should be there on a core issues. No one is speaking about the inflation. Today the petrol, diesel, just they have decreased the 1 or 2 rupees. And what the price of crude oil today? 84 rupees per barrel is the price. And earlier it has become, it was just 48 rupees per barrel. But they have never decreased the price. But when our Manmohan Singh Sarkar was there, ma'am, Devika, at that time in international market, $116 per barrel was the crude oil price. Then also we have certain 70 and 68 rupees diesel. But that shows that these people always make a fake commitment. You just tell me, what about the Chandigarh mayor election? Was the Modi ki guarantee? You just tell me. If there are very comfortable position for a Modi, for a BJP, they are going to score 400, 370 seat or blah, blah, blah. Then why you are daily breaking the Congress? Then why you are sending ED and CBI to that's a lot of leaders that on a CM of Jharkhand? You are just trying to put pressure on Aam Aadmi Party, on Congress leadership. Why? Because if you are in a very comfortable position, why are you making this kind of thing? That shows कि this all are fake. ये सारा marketing है, ये सब झूठ बोलते हैं. I'm telling you about the MP. This time we will score more than 12 seats. That's okay. Right now we are having only 1 seat. But right now the condition is very different. In 8 Lok Sabha seats, we have leaded in a Vidhan Sabha election. Okay. That's okay. We couldn't convert into that winning result in Vidhan Sabha. And one more thing. In Madhya Pradesh, since 7 years, no sub-inspector appointment has done. Since 2011, no vacancies has been fulfilled in education department. 1,25,000 vacancies are there in education department. In health department, 80,000 vacancies are there. In home department, more than 1 lakh vacancies are there. And one more thing, 30,000 are there backlog pad, wo bhi nahi bhare. That shows this Modi ki guarantee and all, this all are bakwas. Sab bakwas hai.
Okay, all right. Okay, understood your point. I want to bring back Sumit Peer into the conversation. Sumit Peer, if the Modi ki guarantee is a hoax, as the opposition says, why is it that people when asked on the ground, are not then taking names of any other political leaders or any other political parties.
I think Devkaji, for Congress pravaktas and their men to talk about Modi's guarantees, it doesn't work on the ground. But if you look at the electoral results in the country for last 10 years, if Modi's guarantee doesn't work, and what you have created is a crafted story, is something which you have got your 10 people to give you an interview, then the election results will be entirely different. But the problem here is whatever you are talking, that is what the elections of the country have been reflecting for last 10 years. But for opposition, they have no option. And yet, our friend was talking about Kamal Nath ji. I recently saw his photo with Prime Minister Modi along with his one or two sons. I don't know what was Kamal Nath ji, the tall Congress leader, doing meeting Prime Minister Modi in private. I don't know what happened there, but that is something which people can guess and know what is happening. If you look at the Madhya Pradesh, Congress had a chance there. The Lok Sabha chunav is fought on national issues. If you want to bring in meri municipality mein kaam nahi hua, mere nalke mein kaam nahi hua, then when the assembly elections will be there, you can fight them on those issues. But when you're talking about the national issues, where is your alternate to Modi? I'm talking about forget everything. Who's your prime ministerial candidate? Is Rahul Gandhi your prime minister candidate? You see, what was he today talking about? He was insulting Ma Shakti today. He insulted Ma Shakti. हम शक्ति के खिलाफ लड़ रहे हैं. And it's the same Rahul Gandhi who says I'm Kashmiri Pandit Dattatreya Kol Brahman. I wear my jenu on my kurta. I wear my Rudraksh ki mala on my coat, and I wear a tribund. I'm a Brahman, right? And now I'm a devout Shiv Bhakt. And I don't know who Shakti is. He says Hinduism में एक होती है शक्ति और हम उसके खिलाफ लड़ रहे हैं. So are you contesting Ma Shakti? Are you contesting Kali, Tara, Baglamukhi, Bhairavi, Tripur Sundari? Whom are you contesting? Chandamasta? Dumravati, whom are you contesting? Are you contesting Chamunda, Durga? Whom are you contesting with? So are you there to destroy the whole of the Shaktism in India? Now, we all people who follow Navratra and who worship Adi Shakti, who worship Mahadev, by default worship Adi Shakti. So all our matas, all our sisters, mothers, and all our daughters are a roop or a roop of Shakti. Now, are you saying that you're against the Republic of India, all the female gender of the India? So what are you talking, Mr. Gandhi? And you say Hinduism एक शक्ति होती है. Then you said बादशाह की जान कहाँ EVM में? Elections have not begun. Elections are not near. You see, the EVM has already come into the picture. बादशाह की जान कहाँ EVM में? So if you look at all the surveys, Devkaji, not your channel, look at all the media. What is the survey of rating of Congress? 20 to 40 seats. Now at 20 to 40 seats, what are we discussing today? Will Modi get 410? Will he get 390 or 380? Modi ji is not talking of 270. He is talking of 400 plus. When you talk of 400 plus, you have to make a run, you have to make a strategy how to get 400 plus. He's not talking about 270. Is Congress coming and saying that we will win 270 even? Is Congress even contesting 255 seats? Ask our learned friend. Congress is not even contesting 270 seats. Forget winning 270. So, you can talk here and there, but who's your prime ministerial candidate? What is your alternate to Modi? How is your manifesto better than Modi? Where is your track record which is better than Modi? What is your vision of India which is better than Modi? Geopolitically, who's the leader who's better than Modi? Which is the leader?
Okay. I want to bring in GVR Shastri as well. GVR Shastri, is then the narrative, or as the BJP says, the rhetoric of the Congress and the opposition actually reaching the person on the ground? Does the regular person, regular voter of India, are they worried about what information is coming out in the electoral bonds case?
I don't think so, because electoral bond is and not a wrong concept. The thing is, the way it was presented, it was wrong. The concept, because end of the day, the political parties has to sustain. Political party has to run. Without money, political party can't run. Nobody have that much of assets they hold to run the story of a political party. What you were talking about Congress party, when C. Subramaniam asked 80 lakhs money received by him for the first arms deal, he approached Mr. What is his name? The Prime Minister, the first Prime Minister. And but I don't know, I have read it in newspapers that it has been told to deposit in the Congress party account. What do we call it? See, you should not say this end of the day, doodh ka dola ki tarah, you can't speak. This is not the correct, because you see, you can criticize on leadership. On Mr. Modi, you can criticize. Criticize in the sense of governance, not in the sense of personal. In the sense of governance, you can criticize, but not in the sense of personal. At the end of the day, you admit, and I admit, everybody admit, the power of speech and the communication of the Prime Minister is reaching everybody. It's reaching, he's making statement, whatever he's making, is reaching everybody. People are happy with it. In the franchise of vote, he is asking the vote and people are voting for him. You stop it. You show, exhibit in front of them, you are the best person. Not even leader, chalo, you don't even present your leader. Even you don't even present a leader, that is also fine with us. But at least you convince the people of the nation to vote for you without a leader. Because your leadership is all about the sacrifice. What is the sacrifice? What is that sacrifice you did? Yes, I agree. We have a respect on Rajiv Gandhi, Indira Gandhi. They sacrificed because of there are certain issues. But it doesn't mean you need a sacrifice towards the governance. Governance, you need to understand the meaning, the real meaning of the governance. You are ruling the state of Karnataka and Telangana. And the kind of promises and commitments you made with regards to Karnataka and Telangana for the farmers. And you already completed 100 days in Telangana and more than a year in Karnataka. What happened? How many farmers are in the suicide list? What is the change that you brought it? Nothing. So you simply keep on claiming. See, let us talk about the issue based and address the issues. Economy, structural economy, capitalistic economy, agricultural economy, water resources, capital infrastructure, unemployment, everything you talk. You talk with the facts and figures. Okay. But I must tell you that leadership of the Modi, you can't criticize because economy wise, yes, sustaining economy is important for this nation right now. That is what he is doing. Sustaining economy should be sustained because 167 countries, massive, inflation and there is a downfall. But still India is continuing. That there is there is a constructive approach and abnormal effect and abnormal effort to sustain it. That's what you appreciate it. At least you should appreciate that he is completing the term of 5 years without any political turmoils. Cost of political turmoil for any nation, it is very huge. And there is no such political turmoil under the leadership of
Precisely,
Modi.
right. And that's also something that the BJP has given to the nation in terms of political stability, as GVR Shastri pointed out. I will give Mr. Bundela a chance to respond in the end, but Manasvi Thapar, bringing you back into the conversation. When we then talk about political stability, is that, if there is nothing else, is that at least a big factor for the BJP that continues to work in the favor of the BJP? Because the opposition at this point in time, it says that yes, we have come together under the INDIA bloc and each party is working on a strategy for its own state, and once we win the election, then we will come to a conclusion as to who deserves to take the nation forward as the next Prime Minister of the country. But as far as political stability is concerned, does this picture then of the INDIA bloc, does it give a clear idea of political stability?
Undoubtedly. I think when this question is asked, it makes very much a sense. Stability is there, clarity of thought is there. You may discuss on, you may like it, you may not like it, you may have different opinions on it. For example, CA opposition can have a different opinion, but they have an opinion. BJP, for example, they have an opinion, they have a clarity, they have a thought process. That is how democracy is all about. You may discuss, you may debate, and then you let the democracy function and let the people decide. So in terms of stability, yes. In terms of looking forward for a leader, yes, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is there when people align with his thoughts, be it with the Pulwama attack, when he said something, people believed it, be it Ram Mandir, when he's saying something, people are believing it, be it Article 370, when he nails it out, people are agreeing to that, whatever was done was that. So there is a narrative, there is a stability, there is a clarity. These positive points obviously go for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and there, as a human, as a Prime Minister, there are mistakes also which he has done. On my opinion, the kind of mistakes or the kind of opportunities he has given to the opposition in post-independence, no Prime Minister has given such kind of opportunities on a platter to an opposition on electoral bond, on Chandigarh election. These are the kind of opportunities which could just change the course of election. but opposition does not have that narrative to take or build up on Chandigarh election, on electoral bond. So they don't have the thought of clarity. For example, what is the vision of opposition or India alliance vis-a-vis the vision of NDA or Prime Minister Narendra Modi? So when it comes to the vision of India alliance, the only vision which comes out is let's make sure that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is not a Prime Minister in 2024, throwing BJP out of power in 2024. That's the vision. So this is not the vision which, after 10 years of BJP being in power, this is not the vision which the people of this country would want to align with. For example, all elections have some kind of a electional narrative which is there since last 3 to 6 months before the election. For example, 2014 election was, the plank was corruption-free India. 2019 election was reputation of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and Pulwama attack also helped him out in terms of setting that narrative tone. Now, election 2024 is on the last 10 years of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and CAA, Article 370, Ram Mandir. So what is that counter narrative from the opposition, which is on which you want to build up something? Is that, you see, when you are in politics, the ultimate aim is to come in power. The ultimate aim of politics is not to be in opposition. The ultimate aim of to come in power, apart from coming to power, is that you create a narrative, you create that tone of election. So that tone, that tenor is missing from the opposition bloc. So the only counter which comes from opposition is very limited. So the counters which come is that ED CBI ki raid ho rahi, that's one counter. Another counter is Prime Minister Narendra Modi is taking democracy to dictatorship. Another loose end counters would be that the Chandigarh election was rigged. Election commission is rigged. So these are loose end counters. So people since last 10 years are hearing this. But what is that outcome of this? For example, EVM is rigged, election commission is rigged. So the beneficiary and the losers of election commissions are only one party. A party, when I say it's a political party. Only people who are damaged or benefited from an election commission is the political party. So the one is a winner. He will never say that election commission is wrong or bad. The losing end, what have they done? If election commission is wrong, what have they done? So are they going to boycott one election? Symbolically, it could make some effect. Even one election, for example, Congress decides a Vidhan Sabha election that we'll boycott because election commission is wrong. That could be symbolic. I don't say they do it. Another could be they file PILs in Supreme Court, which they have done, and they didn't get anything out of it. Third could be challenge.
One thing is, Manasvi, that when you go then to the courts or when you go to other agencies and like you said that you're filing PILs but you're not getting anything out of it, then one has to decide what becomes the end date of these endeavors. Where does this end? Will you continue to now focus on EVMs being rigged? Because even just yesterday, the same thing has happened. Rahul Gandhi has once again said that EVMs are rigged. And funnily enough, the moment they win in a state, nobody talks about the EVM rigging. So it really starts seeming, as you pointed out, a very loose end sort of an argument and a counter narrative that is being spun there by the opposition led by the Congress party. Avanish Bundela, I leave the last word with you. You've heard what the analysts have had to say. Yes, Manasvi, 30 seconds please, then I need to go back to the ground as well.
The only point of
that's 30 seconds. Already you have given you very less time, but okay, this is called democracy. I'm just saying one thing, ma'am. No one is speaking.
Devika, the point of conjecture which I have in my mind is, it is very limited that because of lack of opposition setting narrative, there are multiple big issues.
Mr. Bundela, I'm coming to you in a moment.
Like the China issue, like the election rigging issue, these are important issues. But the point here is, lack of opposition setting of narrative is creating problem for democracy as a whole. Not that everything is hunky-dory, but we need a credible, strong opposition to make points in the parliament. But what is happening is that they don't consider parliament as serious as anything else.
I have also lost the line with Avanish Bundela, but I thank all of our analysts. If Mr. Bundela is there, I'll give him the opportunity to respond to that, but I think he's gotten upset and left that Zoom meeting there. Unfortunately, so we're not going to be able to hear what the Congress party had to say. I also have my colleagues on the ground who've now spoken to more people in Madhya Pradesh to understand what is the pulse of the nation as far as Madhya Pradesh specifically is concerned. Let's quickly go across to that segment.
When we speak about the cleanest city of India, one name arises for consecutively 7 times, that is Indore. The city with rich heritage, the Holkar heritage, and city with a rich history. A city which is known as the commercial capital of Madhya Pradesh. The city is also coined as one of the best cities in India as far as education is concerned. Yes, I am Atiyab Sheikh in Indore, and this is Chappan Dukan. Chappan Dukan. Yet again, there is one more terminology that has been coined about Chappan Dukan. This is the capital of taste. I'll take you a brief history as far as Indore political scenario is concerned. Indore is said to be the unbeatable fortress of Bharatiya Janata Party as far as Lok Sabha elections are concerned. For consecutively 8 times since 1989, Sumitra Mahajan had been the member of parliament from this constituency. 2019 election, Shankar Lalwani of BJP had won this election with a massive margin of 5 lakh votes. This time again, BJP has given the ticket to Shankar Lalwani from Indore. But as far as Congress is concerned, it was way back in 1984 when late Prakashan Sethi won the election for Lok Sabha for Congress, and that was for the last time when it happened. Now the biggest challenge for Congress is that whether Congress will be in a condition to make a space for themselves in this unbeatable fortress of BJP. I'll be speaking to the localites out here, the people who are coming at Chappan Dukan. I'll take you through the taste and delicacies of Chappan Dukan. I have a few guests who had been coming from Pune, Maharashtra. He's a rider. First of all, sir, tell me one thing. What exactly is the scenario as far as this Lok Sabha election is concerned?
For me, I guess it's BJP. Like Mr. Modi will steal the show.
Okay. And what are the points, what are the factors which are exactly taking a swing towards BJP?
Like, first of all, the most important factor is the opposition lacks a leader, right? Like,
so you don't count Rahul Gandhi as a leader?
No, I don't count. And the deserving ones, if there are, they didn't come up because they are keeping it in their families only. So that's why, like,
you're talking about Rahul and Gandhi.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Gandhi family. So they don't give others the opportunity to be a good leader. So, like, meanwhile, this is not the scenario in BJP. So the one who performs will have the stage.
Do you really think that this exactly makes any difference? Like the family part or the parivar part, is it somewhere making any difference?
One of the reason it is.
Sir, what do you see? What exactly is the scenario as far as this Lok Sabha is concerned?
I guess it's BJP.
BJP. I've got a few students out here. What exactly do you see as far as this Lok Sabha election is concerned? BJP, Congress, or is it going to be a close fight, or is it going to be a one-sided game?
It is going to be a one-sided game. Like, we are BJP supporters, so yes, we are supporting BJP, and it's going to be BJP this time.
So I don't expect anything. You speaking about the opposition, what exactly do you feel the opposition is lacking?
I think that opposition is lacking what BJP is doing right now, and the developing India is growing. The GDP is also developing, and everything is growing. So India is on a peak right now. So that's why BJP, not Congress.
But one thing what the opposition is lacking is the power of decision making. In the past 10 years, we have seen that the decisions have taken at a very fast pace. We don't even have to think, and it was like something is happening in India in just a midnight and for a fortnight. So the decision making power by our PM Narendra Modi was an absolute fort, and this is what the opposition was lacking. They were first planning, and they were first spreading rumors, and they were waiting for the arguments to happen. But in this past 10 years, we have seen the arguments are at a very lower pace, but the decision making is taken at the forefront.
भैया एक बात बताइए, चुनावी माहौल क्या बोल रहा है?
चुनावी माहौल तो आप देख रहे हैं बीजेपी है, मोदी चल रहा है अभी तो फिलहाल तो।
अच्छा, मोदी चल रहा है
जी सर।
इंदौर में क्या माहौल है?
इंदौर में तो नो डाउट बीजेपी है, क्योंकि आपने देखा जहाँ तक 9 सीटें जहाँ चली है, तो मुझे लगता है कि ये पहला ऐसा चुनाव है जहाँ पहली बार ही डिसाइड हो चुका है कि आएगा तो मोदी तो वो वाली चीज़ है।
सर, एज फार एज द इलेक्शंस आर कंसर्न, हम देख रहे हैं कि अभी इलेक्शन बहुत करीब है. व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द सिनेरियो दैट यू आर लुकिंग इनटू एज फार एज इंडिया इज कंसर्न, एज फार एज दिस लोकसभा इलेक्शन इज कंसर्न?
I think it should be a clear win for BJP.
It's a clear.
Yeah.
And what are the factors which are influencing that?
No, I think it's the progressive thought process which government is working with. We can see the development work which they are doing. So it's very visible now.
Is the opposition standing any chance anywhere?
No way.
No way.
Though it's not good for democracy, but I think we have a very weak opposition.
What are the expectations as far as youth is concerned from the government?
So basically, we are seeking that we'll get more job opportunities in the upcoming next 5 years, and also we are thinking that the next move will be to occupy POK, which is definitely an indirect hint given by PM Modi in some of his interviews and some of his speeches. So definitely, we will be a proud Indian if that is something what we are possessing.
लंबा लेक्चर दिया इसने यार. चाहिए क्या तुम यूथ को? Exactly tell me what exactly is the youth expecting as far as the government is concerned?
Basically development.